Sara, welcome. You have been around philanthropy with Impact Austin and as a personal philanthropist, also in your work as an advisor with your client families who are charitably inclined. I think you're in a great position to talk to us about how we should think differently about giving to an annual fund, a capital campaign, memorial gifts, and endowment gifts. Can you kind of explain the differences for purposes for when an individual or a family would want to give to one versus another?
Thank you, Susan. This is a great way to kick it off, I believe. And I want you to think as a backdrop about why you give. You know, then we can determine how to give and the differences between lifetime versus legacy gifts. So to start off, think about, why do you give? And in this case, specifically to Impact Austin, are you wanting to help others, perhaps through our grant making, clearly, to set a good example? Are you inspired perhaps by someone with a personal connection? And then I think for most of us, we want to give back and truly to make a difference in this life. So if you think about that and what are the differences in your purposeful, impactful giving, we think about our annual fund, which speaks to us about raising funds for operations, for grant making. We talk here about sustainability. We want to keep our organization running for the purposes and for the mission. And so sustainability around an annual fund. I think of the next level of giving as perhaps a capital campaign, where it's for a specified purpose and typically for a finite period of time. This year, a lot of our nonprofits have had to raise money for increased technology. We didn't plan, did we, on Zoom and all of the different media to hold our wonderful annual meeting, this webinar. So that's a specified purpose, and we have received a lot of special gifts toward that. It could also be a focus toward building an endowment, and typically those long-range purpose gifts are maybe a 2 to 3 year campaign where you make a pledge for several years. I also think here, and maybe it's an easy concept as women, to think about having different purses. We have the purse we reach into for our ongoing needs. That's what we do for our annual fund, and maybe even for a capital campaign. We could also include memorial gifts with that purse, where we want to give a lifetime gift, perhaps, to celebrate the life of someone who has passed on, who set a good example maybe in our lives, and who truly made a difference in our community. And then speaking to my heart, the next level of giving perhaps suggests not just a lifetime of giving, but leaving a legacy behind through our endowment. I know Christina is going to talk some more about it and get into details, but think of the endowment that we established to honor our founder, Rebecca Warren Powers, for permanence. Now again, you can leave a lifetime gift for that through cash. We love cash. This is a great way to give highly appreciated stocks, securities, and I think Pam is going to get more into detail on that note. But I truly think the endowment and the education we're providing today speaks to another facet of our mission, and that is educating women around philanthropy. And you're all philanthropists that are on this program. So circle back, think about the purse that you use on a day-to-day basis and giving to our ongoing operations for sustainability. But think about that evening bag that you might have and reach into for these special gifts, whether it be a capital campaign or if your heart is to leave a legacy beyond our lifetimes with our endowment. I love the quote here, Susan, I'll close with, and it's from Winston Churchill. I happen to be an Anglophile, but he is the one who said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give."